episode of the Shifty Key Podcast. I'm Luis, aka Spartan Sloth, and today we have...
Once again, TJ1023.
And the mystical Druid, David.
Welcome to the podcast, David.
Why, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Did you sign up papers for the kidney donation thing?
Really? I thought that was I thought I got a free pony with that. Is that the wrong place?
No, you get the pony. You get the pony.
Yeah.
In exchange for the kidney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know it's fair, like an equal exchange. Like, I'm a fair type of guy.
We want the kidney by Amazon drone before we send you the pony.
I was only going to send it by slingshot.
Darn. Are you shipping through RoosterTeeth?
Yeah, well, it's the only way to do it, right?
There better be a naked blade on my doorstep, or else you're not getting that pony.
There better not be a naked blade. Please no.
Oh, sorry. I went for the Special Forces package.
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
that's cool.
Luis is going to be the recipient, not me.
Enjoy the kidney, sir.
Just sort of splash it into your face.
Just FYI, if you read the fine print, the pony is actually just a picture of a pony.
Damn it. Not
I need
again.
to bother him with the details. Do it, TJ?
Nah.
It was my last kidney and everything.
Well, now you have a picture of a pony to look at on the wall while you slowly die from not having a kidney.
I'll add it to the wall where I lost my eyes and teeth.
Jeez, okay, now this is taking a weird turn. We
Like
could write
some
a fanfic like
weird
that.
Yeah.
serial killer stuff. Oh, that actually reminds me. Have either of you ever seen the show? And now that I think about it, it's probably stupid to ask, since neither of you are American, but it's called American Horror Story.
I know.
They do show it here, but I've never watched it.
Oh.
Is it one of those like late night TV shows narrated by someone, and it's like
No.
they give it a buy?
No.
Is it not that type of show? Do you know the ones where it's just sort of like it was like, but then like they build it up as if it's an actual thing, and then they sort of go, well, no, not really, not actually.
No, it's actually got a plot. Surprisingly, it's
like
it's basically a horror show, but like it's a ghost movie, not a movie, but like a series of shows, and it's okay, I guess. I started watching it last week. The only reason I brought it up, but yeah, the serial killer comments from earlier, the teeth in the eyes just reminded me because there's a lot of that stuff in that show.
I mean, you gotta get like from the best sources.
Yeah, dead actresses and things like that.
Are the Ghostbusters in it?
No, but there are
fuck it.
ghosts. Like there's some angsty teenage ghost kid.
I mean, if that was the Ghostbusters, it was a lot like less darker than I remember. Wait a second, like it went wrong.
Less dark. So the comedy isn't the comedy is darker than the horror show.
Yeah,
That makes sense. But yeah, there's a lot of killing
I'm
and
still
stuff going on
thinking.
in that. So speaking of killing, what do you guys think about RTX?
Interesting segue.
Best
TJ.
segue ever.
I'm enjoying it. I mean, it would be much better to be there, but
Yeah, tell me about it.
I've managed to watch a few panels and grab the end of some others, and it's pretty good.
I must say, like, it seems to be a really big year for RoosterTeeth. Like, they first of all announced RWBY's, like, that game that was being developed by a fan is now being brought on board, and like RoosterTeeth's developing a game. You have also just like generally the stuff with Lazer Team, the full movie. You have starting up like there's a new miniseries, live action series started up by I believe it was.
I think it's Chris and Aaron.
Yeah, Chris and Aaron.
Oh man, that was awesome.
It looks great.
I really thought they were gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also like back to RWBY again. Like there was a whole thing with it's being like getting dubbed into Japanese, and then they're bringing it back. So they're gonna bring it back and then put subs on it. Sort of find out when the rest is it an anime.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. It's not normally how dubbing works, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really a big year for them. And
So-
I imagine by the time those projects come out, if they come out all at the same time, it's gonna be even bigger.
So, are there any actual like American animes like that are created completely anime style, but originally dubbed in English.
Yes.
Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Well, that's not. I don't consider that an anime. I mean, the art style is very anime-ish, but it's definitely more leaning towards a kids show.
It's
Legend of Korra.
Same thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I absolutely love Avatar. In fact, I just caught up on the new season of Legend of Korra
Awesome,
yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, sorry to go off on a tangent, but spoiler alert, kind of. After the last, it's not really a spoiler. It kind of is, but after the end of last season, book 2, Legend of Korra. Anybody that's ever listened to it, I was really disappointed and I was just confused. Like, what's going on here? And I did not have much hope for this season, but after watching the first 4 episodes I think they've released now, I'm really impressed. They managed to not do too bad.
For me, I feel like they managed to capture the essence and the balance though that The Last Airbender had, at least for me anyway. Like the past 2 seasons, I felt like I could never really. The characters, it seemed like I don't know the way the character sort of like the time given to characters was a bit like sort of imbalanced in my opinion. They really hit the sweet spot with these few episodes so far.
Yeah. Shut up, Luis, you pervert.
It's called a sexy imagination, okay?
Sex imagination. Got it.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Or libido on the other.
Oh Lord. I think we talk about Rule 34 way too much on this podcast.
Yeah, I don't know why.
We are on the internet.
True. I mean, they are the rules of the internet, but still.
I blame TJ.
I blame me too. I am the first one who brought it up, so it is technically my fault. But still, way too much. Anyway.
Yeah, and you asked if there were any animes made in the USA. Truth be told, I was gonna crack a joke about one being called something like Super Hentai 3000 HD Alpha Mega, now with robots.
It sounds like a fighting
You
game.
ruined that joke before you finished your sentence.
Yeah, I know. What can you do?
Anyway, the only reason I asked that was because you think that like when anime, you know how a lot of Americans, like anybody that watches animes, it's like split down the middle. Like some people are like, I'm okay with dubs. Other people are like, I can't stand the dubs. They're terrible. I only want to watch it in Japanese with English subtitles. Do you think the Japanese will feel the same way? They'll be like, I don't want to watch RWBY in Japanese. I want to watch it in English with English with Japanese subtitles. Somehow I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna care.
I don't know. I really. It's one of those things where in Asia, like the fact is like the fascination with English is completely sort of. It's almost like the same way in Japanese. Our fascination with Japanese, how cool that sounds. I wonder if that's going to carry over and create that culture. But then again, they do really like their own language, so you never know.
Although
Like,
sorry.
Since we were talking about people preferring dubs over the original or not, here in Brazil, the only one I've actually followed a bit closer was Dragon Ball, and I really liked the dub they made for it. The voices are very fitting and stuff. And but there are like some other stuff like cartoons. People are gonna try to bust my shit for trying to compare anime with cartoons, but anyway, I'm not trying to compare. But some of the original audio for some cartoons is pretty good. Like I would prefer that. But sometimes, at least for some of the characters, the dub is better. Like Marge Simpson voice here is really good in my opinion. It's more fitting for her character. While in the original Simpsons, it's weird. She's got like a raspy voice. And you guys watch the Fairly Odd Parents, or have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I like that show.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah. The thing is, is it Wanda in English?
Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda.
So Wanda has a really weird voice. Like her voice is stronger than Cosmos, and in Portuguese it's much better, I think. But it's just an example of how the dub can be more pleasant.
I guess it depends, but I can't imagine characters like Marge or Wanda or Cosmo being in any other voice than what they have. But I guess that comes from, years of being used to it. I mean, it could be better. But I do know what
Cosmo's voice is awesome.
I do know what you mean in this is kind of the opposite actually of new being better than old, but I watched an anime a couple months ago for the first time called Evangelion. It's an anime that came out in the 90s about giant robots beating up aliens.
Yes.
And I started off with the dub, even though somebody told me it was bad. I'm like, I'll just try it, see how I like it. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like, all the women had, like, Valley Girl accents, and the little kid who's the main character sounded like a little bitch. So, I switched to the Japanese version with subs, and it was a lot better. I could stand it more.
But just, like, back to, like, sort of, like, dubs, like, in, like, sort of other countries, like, I just love how the different voices can add so much different character. Like, just, like, the language itself aiding, like, a different character. Because, I remember I was in Germany at one point, and when I was a kid, and we were watching Pokemon in German. I can't remember if it was the actual episode, but everyone sounded like they were on helium. And it was just so funny. Like, it added so much entertainment. Like, I was like a big Pokemon fan when I was a kid, so I knew this episode like word for word. And just watching it in this sort of like everyone with weird voices, it just added so much comic things. And going back and watching like SpongeBob in a different language is hilarious. Like, even watching it in Irish is just so funny.
That seems like that would actually be creepy to me, especially German, because no matter what happens, whenever I hear something said in German, it always sounds angry to me. Like, it always sounds angry. So it's like, oh, SpongeBob speaking German. SpongeBob Hitler pants or something.
God.
Wow.
I know that's generalizing all the Germans. Sorry to all the Germans out there.
No, I mean, the thing is,
because... Oh, go on, I'm sorry.
The funny thing is with the German language itself, it is probably the most goofiest language on the earth. Like, but the point is the attitude of the people is quite serious. But I just find the German language hilarious. Like, the way they have like words for things, like the fact is like Schnitzel or Schnitzel or like just all these kind of things. Like, the fact that they're used to describe, like, I don't think you have any words as goofy in English. But I love Germany, born in Germany. Right, lived there for a couple of years. My dad spent a lot of time there. Love the guys. Just to put myself in the clear.
just to be clear, the Shifty Key Podcast does not hate Germans.
Well, unless you're Nazi, then
no, we can hate Nazis. We just can't hate. You can't blame Germany on the Nazis. Well, I mean, I guess.
Well, technically it was Austria, but anyway.
Yeah. No.
Hitler was Austrian.
No, Hitler?
What?
Hitler was Austrian, but he was born in Germany, and he came to power in Germany, so technically he was elected in Germany by Germans.
But if Austria wasn't on the planet, then it would have meant everything.
So if there was a giant like hole where Austria used to be...
Yeah. It was the end of the earth.
All of a sudden... Sorry.
Sorry. But where is Vic with her historical knowledge when we need her?
She's probably busy having fun.
Yeah, she's being all cool
she's at RTX.
Getting drunk with Miles and Kyle and all those people.
And Bernie.
If she meets Bernie, if I ever see her, I'm going to smack her for having the luck to see Bernie and me not having that same luck.
Bad luck, TJ.
Out of anybody on the Rooster Teeth cast, Bernie is like my number one. He's my bro.
I honestly think there's nobody on like the Rooster Teeth cast, like the ones you see the faces of the most, that I wouldn't want to meet. I would be very sad if I did.
Oh,
like I'd miss a chance.
Definitely, I would love to meet like anybody from there.
Oh yeah,
it's just Bernie's the original. He's the OG.
Yeah.
Out of all the people they feature in their productions and stuff, they're all really, really cool. But if I went to an event like RTX, of course, I'd love the opportunity to meet all of them. But I feel like I would have an almost unconscious priority. Fuck it. To meet the founding fathers, So Gus, Bernie, Jeff. 4th of July.
Wow.
But well, you guys got the point, right?
I think that.
I fucked myself over trying to say priority.
So do you think
you nailed it in the end?
You know how RT celebrated their 10-year anniversary like a year ago or something like that, or 2 years ago maybe?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly when. You think in another 10 years, you think they'll be quadruple the size they are now?
Well, they are moving pretty fast right now, aren't they?
Then do you think in 10 years there'll be a national RoosterTeeth holiday?
Oh well,
They just found a nation is their next stretch goal.
I mean,
the
is there a holiday for
sovereignty.
Hollywood as a whole?
Nah, screw Hollywood.
If Indiegogo reaches 3 billion, take over Cuba.
Okay, maybe not a national holiday, but you know how Bungie has Bungie Day? July 7th?
Don't they have Community Day already, Rooster Community Day, where everyone puts on Rooster merch to see if they can find other...
Yeah, but they need a national day. Well, I guess RTX could technically be the national day.
Well, if they get an island, I'm packing my bags and going there.
Yeah.
If they make an island, it's like some pyramid scheme. They're just gonna drop bombs in the ocean and raise the seafloor, make a new island in the shape of a rooster.
Where's the teeth going?
Or founding Rapture, but instead of
oh my god,
Ryan,
what if they let
charge?
if they let Barbara have the bomb or something for an hour, she just draw a dick in the ocean.
No, that's on the currency, and then the flag is just Bernie holding a platypus.
With a can of Foster's in his fist.
Yeah.
The Great Chain will be replaced by the Great Platypus.
Yes, indeed. The Great Platypus is benevolent and loves you all. All hail the platypus.
All hail Catbug Burnie.
I am the fulcrum.
Anyway,
the piece of the world. Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say, on to some more RTX news.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys watched the 343 panel, but there's some new news from the Master Chief Collection for all of you Halo fans out there.
Nude news.
Huh. Nude news. Yes, Master Chief will be played by an all-nude team of midgets.
Just for guys who didn't know, Master Chief is actually 4 guys in the suit. It's not one guy.
And they're all naked.
Retired because of a bad back. Do you know the whole Halo 3 did do a number on him, falling from the space.
Yeah, that tends to take a lot out of you. The almost dying kind of sucks too.
Yeah, that would blow. But it just seems like a really good deal, the Master Chief Collection. Just all that for, what was it, $60? What was that?
Yeah, basically 4 games for the price of 1. And they're updated too.
Yeah. Was it also, there's a lot of online content with that as well? They're doing was it a web series of some sort?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. I'm excited for that, but I have no idea what it's about.
Yeah, I don't think they gave too many details on it. I'm sure there's some basic synopsis, but I don't think they've given.
Yeah, when they announced it, it was literally Halo, the Master Chief Collection by 343 Studios. Oh, and you get this web series. That's pretty much what it was.
It was
just a tiny little box on the bottom of the screen.
The terms and conditions.
Yeah, it's you need a magnifying glass just to see it.
A lawyer.
But there's the new price of the Master Chief Collection, and specifically at RTX, they announced that Coagulation is one of the maps coming back in Halo 2 Anniversary, getting the anniversary makeover.
The picture I saw looked beautiful.
Yeah, I am personally a very big fan of concept art because it is beautiful, and that concept art just looked awesome.
New sort of desktop background.
I wonder if they're going to maybe keep the original size of Blood Gulch, but then maybe add stuff on the outside.
So Forge World, I believe.
That would be kind of cool, but maybe not necessarily the entirety of Forge World. But it didn't look like the same map on the concept art. But granted, it is just concept art. It might just be over exaggerations, but it still looked freaking sweet. And sorry.
I was just going to say the fact that since Halo 2 is going back, they're bringing back aliens and stuff. And I was just thinking there's a lot of people discussing that in RWBY that might mean we get a junior back.
Maybe, but I think they're only adding it to Halo 2. Oh, that's not entirely true. They might add it to Halo 4 multiplayer. Maybe. But they haven't really
Please,
announced how customization options like that are, going to translate between different games. In fact, somebody specifically asked a question about that in the 343 panel, and they were very carefully saying, no, we're not talking about this until VidCon. They were very carefully avoiding the topic by saying, fuck you, we're not saying anything.
Yeah, so that sounds like there's something there, but it's probably not as extravagant. It's either fully there or it's like, well, it's not as simple as yes.
Yeah. I mean, judging from like what we saw in a little bit of gameplay they did, I think I remember seeing that it looked like the Spartan models in Halo 2 Anniversary were, regular, like they just looked like upgraded Halo 2 models. So I don't think they're going to be like importing like Halo 4, Spartans for. So I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking that maybe they'll just have like emblems that go through every game and like armor colors, and that's it. Specific armor you probably have to edit every game.
Maybe just have like a few armor sets that translate over in like Halo 4, like you have, what was it, the helm, like the old Halo 1 helmet that you could get.
Yeah, maybe if you have Mark 5 in one game, you'll have it through every game.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, that concept art really is beautiful.
Yeah, that just looks amazing.
Right.
So, for those of you who don't know, we're actually just looking at the concept art right now, and that's just sort of us just been drooling for the past, let's say, 10 seconds.
It's going to be on the link shooter, so you can check that out. Or not. Not telling you how to live your own life.
But we do know people, though.
And you should exercise. But, I'm just saying.
Well, you mentioned earlier that people were speculating that they were going to bring Junior back. On that note, I don't think they're going to go back to like Halo 2 and Halo 1 to do more machinima. They're probably going to stay with Halo 4, which means not going back to coagulation.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only that, like, it's because of just the way the story is now, like, they're on a different planet than they were before, or at least it seems so far.
Yeah.
But there's, like, it's one of those things where a lot of people were saying that just that whole sort of, just a plot line didn't really seem to go anywhere. And the fact is, there was hinted in a few episodes this season that alien relics are in abundance, or there's some sort of some sort of importance to it in this season or in this planet, of course.
Well, didn't Junior die in the plane crash?
No, he became a diplomat, I think.
And he traveled around with aliens.
Yeah. Did they mention that?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it? Revelation. What was it? It was in the Revelation.
One of the R's.
Very briefly. And
it's been a while since I've actually watched that trilogy of seasons. But yeah, I guess Junior could come back somehow. But it depends on what they do with the customization, like we said earlier.
Yeah, it's really hinges on that. Yeah, Bound Chica Hong Kong.
Although, to be honest, if they really wanted him back, they could always model him in with animation.
I think that in that case, like, it would be more like effort than it's worth type of thing. Like, you'd be spending so much animation time just for one character. What they've done so far,
although it would depend on his role, and to speculate his role in the his role in like the future seasons, you'd have to consider like how important was Junior anyway, and how does it relate to this current season? Not much, really.
It would be nice to see Sister make a comeback.
I don't remember what happened to Sister.
She was supposedly killed by Lopez.
And then Griff told the story.
Yeah, Griff said that it wasn't as easy to get rid of her as that, so he wasn't worried that she might have died. And what was that season in which Epsilon is in the Halo Reach game? Season 8 or 9, isn't it?
It was 8 or 9, yeah.
I think yeah.
I know that there was an extra in that, in which Junior and Sister would talk to the camera and be like, what do we have to do in order to come back? And I think I might be wrong, but I think Sister was like, "Oh, who do I have to sleep with or something in
Sounds
order
like Sister.
to get a role?" Yeah, it was pretty good. Now, if that's canon or not,
Oh my god!
her being
Speaking
alive.
of Red versus Blue, um, did you guys watch the RVB panel?
Yeah, I got so
No,
annoyed when they
sadly
cut off
not.
the stream.
I was so pissed.
What happened?
They started off by showing last week's episode, the end of last week's episode, which ended on a cliffhanger. Did you see that? Or are you caught up to this season, Luis?
Yes, I have.
Well, you know how last season, spoiler for anybody that hasn't caught up, but to be honest, why are you here if you aren't caught up?
You can always
Because,
mute.
yeah, spoiler alert now for the next 5-10 seconds. It's been 5 seconds. Stop listening. Anyway, so Sarge, Washington, Dona, and Lopez apparently seem to be working for the feds, while Tucker, I can't remember. My brain's not working.
No, basically, was it like the people that had been captured, so Sarge, as you said, Lopez, Donut, and Washington, seem to be doing the exact same thing that Tucker, Caboose, Griff, and
Simmons
have been doing for the rebels.
Yeah, so that was a big shock, is that they went to go rescue Sarge, Simmons, Griff. Damn it, I did it again. They went to go rescue the other people that were captured, and then they found them, and they're like, oh, we're supposed to rescue you. And then right as they finished showing that in the RVB panel, they cut off the stream and showed this Monday's episode to all the RTX attendees.
Oh,
and
come on.
I get how it's fair because they went there,
well.
but it's still annoying that they teased it. They teased it, and then they just took it away.
I think it's also more so just because of the fact that people would just be recording the streams and then it just goes up online, sort of taking away from the actual traffic you get from an episode of Red vs. Blue.
Well, yeah, because I did manage to watch the Heist on another channel, so okay.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know the live heist was going on. I was probably watching one of the panels.
Yeah, no, it was going on at the same time as I think maybe the RTA. Yeah, it was at the same time as the RTA panel.
Yeah, that's the one I was watching.
I was really annoyed I missed that intro. That intro sounded hilarious.
Oh yeah. Oh wait,
But,
the intro for the RTA panel.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What was it?
It was basically, I don't remember the name of the song, but it was a shot-by-shot remake of a music video. Only Jordan shot it, like it was a love music video, and Jordan reshot it with Bernie and Gus instead of whoever the singer was and some girl.
I think it was like Kanye West.
I think I saw a picture of that. It's called Bound 2. They're on a motorcycle or something.
Yes. And then of course immediately after it happened, Bernie actually rode Gus in real life. I wish I'd gotten a screenshot.
But the annoying thing is because the music is copyrighted, they can never officially post it on the site. So
well, I don't think they can show it on the stream, which they did.
Yeah.
Because there were entire panels last year that were like one panel last year's RTX that I was looking forward to was the Inside Gaming panel, and they couldn't show that entire panel because it had copyrighted videos. So maybe they did buy the rights for it.
Kanye West doesn't have to know. Shut up.
Shut up, Kanye West. You like fish sticks.
And and there is a remake of that music video by Zach Galifianakis and the dude who played Green Goblin Jr. Forgot his name. James Franco. Did you guys watch it?
No. I didn't even know what the name of the song was.
Yeah, that's what they used shot for shot. At least where they got the ideas to make that video for the RTA panel. They were saying that they wanted to figure out some way to make it where they didn't have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'll try to find a link. I don't know if they were recording a movie at the time or whatever, but it's pretty fun. It's really cringeworthy.
I mean, the original video was also cringeworthy.
I haven't watched the original video, to be honest.
Like I said, I didn't even know the name of the song. So, more RTX news. I assume you guys heard about the fire alarm.
No. I did not hear about the fire alarm.
Oh, apparently there was a fire alarm that went off at RTX. I personally didn't see it, see anything change during the streams that I watched. But apparently it happened during the RTAA, around the time of the RTAA panels. And it shut down. It basically stopped the. They had a bunch of events planned for after the convention officially closed. Like they were going to do a Cards Against Humanity stream and Drunk Gamers Trivia Night. And apparently those got rescheduled to tonight.
Oh, okay. I thought like the cancel forever, and I was like, that would be such a shame.
Yeah, but apparently it was a false alarm. Although they were concerned enough because our trusted source, Vic, told us that she spotted the bomb squad lurking around after the fire alarm was pulled.
I just have the image of like sort of a guy in like a sort of bomb squad uniform just popping out of a bin. It's like,
sir, is that a water bottle you're holding or an explosive device?
You know what's funny? There were a bunch of people, and I think Tristan was among them, wearing the Team Nice Dynamite t-shirt.
you see the bomb squad, get him!
Yeah.
Oh god.
What terrorist cell do you belong to?
They belong to the Team Nice Dynamite terrorist cell.
Yeah. We'll give you your diamonds, just don't take any more innocent life. They're only just nerds who want to have a good time.
So yeah, that happened. Let's see. Anybody else hear anything else from RTX?
I think I spotted Jim at one of the panels, but I'm not sure. Shout out to Jim.
Oh yeah, we were both watching the there was a live stream about making good podcasts. Naturally, we've ignored every bit of advice they told.
Yeah, I mean,
naturally.
But I've been watching the schedule, and you can click on the schedules on the RTX event website and see who is. Well, you could, because it just occurred to me that this podcast will be out way after RTX is over. But you used to be able to click on the schedule and click on the specific panels and stuff, and you could see who was attending. And Jim's picture was like the first one that popped up there. So don't worry, Jim, I'm not stalking you. RTX did it for me.
Yeah, it made our lives easier. But I think I spotted him because there was this one dude who walked in and in front of the camera and looked a lot like him. Or so I think. I mean, it was dark. I could be mistaken. So
yeah.
If
would have been nice if
nothing to do with Jim.
Would have been nice, Jim, if you would have went to the Q&A part and plugged the podcast. Wink, wink.
Or waved at the camera.
Nah, just kidding. It's fine.
Hi, guys, and then just pop the middle finger. I mean, no, don't do that. Don't flip us off. Or do. Or not.
On a side note,
Yes.
not necessarily related to the podcast.
What the fuck is that?
Did you just see what I saw?
What is this?
Somebody appears to have changed the Rooster Speak logo.
That would most likely be Owen.
He's the only admin on.
What?
Why not?
I'm not sure if I can link this.
You can click on it, and it gives you the...
Can I?
Yeah.
Jesus, what? What does this mean?
I don't know.
It means he's watching you.
Oh, here's something to talk about. I don't know if you know anything about it, Druid, but I found it really funny when I finally found out about the Rooster Speak backup server. How the whole thing is apocalypse related.
You're speaking to the arch druid of the Junkland, by the way.
Okay. I just think that's kind of funny. Let's see, we have the Rooster Speak Wasteland is the name of the server. Safe.
Go ahead.
I don't know. We could just link maybe a screenshot.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
What?
Just a screenshot of the channels would be cool.
But you gotta admire the fact that when most of the admins go to RTX and there's only 2 left, they have a land grab. As you might see from the screenshot, you have the header clan, and then you have Owen's domain up above. Just makes me so
pub,
proud.
No header clan allowed. Wow. Oh, well, Echo Dynamite has his own little section.
Yes. Are you part of the Echo? What was it?
It says the church. Well, I don't know.
It's a
I just got
religion.
here. I have no affiliations.
I've been here since the beginning. I've seen things.
Have you seen things no man should ever talk about?
I've seen things where most people are mad about.
Have you seen goat
But
spinning?
what is with you and goats?
Speaking of goats, did you see the trailer
It's
for
my
Goat
go-to
Simulator?
icebreaker.
There's a new goat simulator.
Oh no, it's just a new trailer for Goat Simulator. I'm not sure if it was a release or whatever it was, but it's a parody of the the original Dead Island trailer.
Oh, I have to see this.
Let me try to find that.
It's one of those things where I remember watching the Dead Island trailer and I was honestly horrified by watching it. It was a traumatizing experience, but watching the Goat Simulator one, I just enjoyed it so much. I'll see if I can find it for you guys.
While
I just
somebody's looking for it, just want to bring one more thing up about Halo 2. Is I think it's really awesome that they're redoing all of the cinematics. You know, they're all gonna look beautiful and pre-generated and look awesome. So, do you own a copy of Goat Simulator yet, Luis?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you own a copy of Goat Simulator yet, since you're so obsessed with them?
No, sadly I do not.
Does anyone actually own a copy of Goat Simulator here?
No.
I feel like this is a failing as a person, as a human being.
I failed human society by not purchasing a copy of Goat Simulator.
Yes, you have.
What does a t-shirt?
You failed too, Luis. Shut up.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Maybe not. Fuck you, TJ. Don't tell me I'm failing with the codes.
Sounds like TJ's goating you on.
Wow.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, okay, that was actually kind of decent. So I'll
No.
No,
that
it
was
wasn't.
bad.
No, that was
I'll
horrible.
allow it.
Even he had no. You will allow nothing, Luis.
Whoever's going to edit this one doesn't need to edit that one out.
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
leave it
has
in.
it has to be left in.
Let
Yes.
Druid feel his shame. Feel the
I'm
pain.
proud of who I am.
That's what she said.
Was it?
Isn't that sounds like a very positive message?
Yeah. Doesn't sound like
I
who I
wasn't
am.
being insulting.
Doesn't sound sexual either. That's what she said. Joke.
Maybe she really did say that. Why does it have to be a sexual reference?
That's definitely what
You
she
two are
Because
said.
that's how the
sick.
joke works.
Maybe it wasn't a joke, okay?
Well, that's what she said.
Oh, nice one.
Okay, well, speaking of bad jokes, yesterday was July 4th. Oh, burn.
I don't get it.
All right.
Okay, well, anyway, yesterday was July 4th, and,
Oh, bad joke. Oh, okay.
I
nice.
still don't get it.
Well, you're sharper than Luis.
Well, anyway, go on.
I'm making fun of July 4th, Luis. I'm calling
Being
July
very
4th a joke.
patriotic.
I'm being a patriotic American.
Oh, okay.
And I was being sarcastic when I said I was being a patriotic American, in case he didn't get it.
It's just that I'm not used to that kind of attitude. So, I'm just kidding. I've heard plenty of jokes from Americans about July 4th. It's just that I didn't get the joke, and that's it.
No, it's fine.
It's
Just-
fine.
I'm
well,
sorry. Okay.
Well, anyway, being a patriotic American, I have never actually set off fireworks before. But last night, I went over to a friend's house, and we got to play around with explosives and lighters. Yeah.
This reminds me of a story. If you're willing to listen.
Sure. I
Go on.
guarantee it's more interesting than mine.
Well, was it in Ireland? Thing is, fireworks in the Republic of Ireland aren't actually legal. So the point is, you have to go up north to Northern Ireland, which is still part of the UK, where it is legal, or at least it can be sold and bought. And the thing is, every year, many Irish people make this trek, and my uncle did so as well. So we asked him to buy us some fireworks, and this.
Just a quick question: Is there like a serious border between Northern and Southern Ireland?
Nope. There's no way you know. Literally, you can just drive up it and then realize you have to pay in pounds.
How how is there so much like animosity and difference and stuff between northern and the southern half of Ireland, but they don't care at all?
No, that's the thing. Like, it's up until maybe like the 2000s, like the early 2000s, like just after the Friday Agreement. The point is, there were armed checkpoints on that border.
Oh, so it's like only recently that they're like, wait, we don't care.
No, it's like literally majority of people like, we don't care, we don't want to continue this on, and plus we want stuff that you have and you want stuff we have. So come on over.
You mean that if you died, you would go back to the border? Is that it?
What?
No.
Armed checkpoints, get it?
No.
Checkpoints? No.
You don't get a free gun either if you die in the Republic of
I don't know how life and death works in Brazil, but I imagine I imagine in Ireland it works just like over here in America.
Well, they do have armed checkpoints, so
on the way to dying.
I mean,
hey, I got shot in the head yesterday. Can I come through? Do you have $5 and your passport? I kind of left them on my body. You're not coming through.
It's sort of covered in blood, so you can't really see my face or anything like that. Then again, also half my head's missing.
It's like Papers, Please, only on the way to heaven or hell. Oh my god, that needs to be a Papers, Please mod or something like that, or a new game.
That'd be nice.
I bet Gus would play it.
Play the crap out of it. But
that's copyrighted.
Story.
Nobody can steal that. Nobody can steal that idea.
Thing is, these fireworks were the cheapest of the cheap. We found out later on. So when fireworks that are usually cheap, it means that they're cheap because they're out of date. At least that's what we found out in our case.
That's not good.
And when explosives or at least gunpowder goes out of date, inverted commas out of date, it becomes really powerful. So on this Halloween, we decided to set off what is, I believe it's called a Roman candle, but we refer to it here in Ireland as like a repeater, where it just like fires off this one shot of like a colorful flame or whatever. It just discharges a colorful light sort of thing.
I set a couple of those off last night.
Yeah. But the thing is, it was too powerful, so whatever bindings we had, it caused it to knock over, and then like blasted a hole in the wall, then start hitting into someone's like a house, like their door was open and it was going in. Later, we found out that the guy who'd come out to help us put out the like basically just to get people out of the way was actually a fireman, and the firework that had been going into it was actually his house.
So. Wow. Long story short, you tried to set fire to a fireman's house.
Well, we also like destroyed some of his wall as well. Like it was like there's a lot of chunks missing in his wall. Shit. But the thing was, it was also after a rocket when flying up hit a lamppost, came flying down and exploded right beside where we were all sitting. Like I had to jump over a wall so I wouldn't be sprayed in like sort of fireworks.
So after the first couple rockets, kind of exploded bigger than usual, did you not think something was wrong?
Yeah, but we were like, well, we have these, and we're not really going to be able to use these any other period of time. Then after the whole incident where like also like someone got hit with it and like their whole arm just got like completely bruised, we said, okay, we're gonna leave it for it on. Here's the smart the part about it that makes this whole story show how dumb myself and some of my family are. Here, 3 years later, after they've been sitting in our wardrobe, because we didn't use all of them, we decided to dispose of them. I live in the middle of a bog, and a bog is... Do you guys want to know what a bog is?
It's like a swamp, right?
What was that again? Sorry.
It's kind of like a swamp, right?
It's something like that, but the point is, it's like a swamp except made out of flammable, like of fossil fuels.
Oh, that's not good.
So we decided to go... Yeah, but it's usually like flat. No one lives there.
So you live in a flammable land. Like you pretty much live on flammable land, and you decide to light off fireworks.
That's the most metal thing I've ever heard.
Never occurred to you that was a bad idea.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, I'd come out with my dad to dispose of these fireworks, and the thing is, this was in the middle of summer, and the thing is, like there's like loads of grass, like tall grass that grows on it as well. But the thing is, usually, in most times, there's like an inch of water between basically the swampy, flammable peat and like everything else. but it had been an extremely dry summer, so a lot of it had been dried out. And so my dad had decided to like bind these these fireworks to a tree, but they were so powerful. They ripped off like a branch of the tree, fell on the ground, set on fire all the dry grass. It started to spread, and at this moment in time, I was like, "What's going on?" And my dad goes like, "What's the worst could happen? What could possibly what could it catch fire?" I'm like, "You do understand we're in the middle of a bog?" And he goes, "Oh," and then starts like opens up the boot of the car and starts chucking in fireworks into this flame, and then gets into the car and drives away as fast as possible.
So your solution was to starting a fire was to throw more fireworks into the fire?
I think my dad's like sort of mentality was, well, we're already like knee deep in, so we might as well come and do what we came here to do.
Holy crap.
So it was literally like we were driving away from an explosion. It was awesome.
Did you look back? Because heroes never look back at explosions.
I didn't look back. Though I did expect my town to be on fire by the time we got there.
The fire beat you to the town.
Yeah.
You're just going to end up with a note someday like, I know what you did that summer.
Yeah.
So, if we still use flintlock pistols and stuff, back when people used flintlock pistols, old gunpowder was better than new gunpowder? Is that it?
Probably not, because if it's powerful enough, it'll explode in your hand.
Yeah, well.
It's also the fact is that with fireworks and stuff like that, it's the mixture of the chemicals are in there. It just increases in potency and just doesn't do what it's meant to do.
Oh yeah, true. Well, or you can have like the most badass cannon ever. If you were like a sailor back then.
Yeah.
You can shoot a bullet at somebody and chunks of exploded flesh.
Yeah, there's shrapnel for everybody.
Yay! Wait, what?
Sharing is caring, guys.
Misery loves company.
But I do sort of feel like we're not like the actual like the RoosterTeeth podcast because of the fact we probably got the science wrong in this. But I do know fireworks increase in potency when left like past the expiration date or past the date of use.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whenever you're playing with explosives, chances are whatever you're thinking about doing, it's a bad idea. Like, not as interesting a story, but last night, my brother found a PVC pipe in his friend's garage, and he wanted to like stick fireworks in there.
Well, like, better than sticking his dick in, but yeah, go on.
God damn it. And like stick firecrackers, rockets, things like that in there. Use it as a launcher. But he couldn't find a way to seal the other end. So his first idea was to duct tape a glass bottle onto the end of it.
Oh, God.
So what happens is, the first thing he sends down was, what was it? It was some rocket that creates this like sparkly trail. And at first, it falls into the bottle and is flying around, and it's fine. The glass bottle holds. But after it's done like flying around, it creates like a pop, and it explodes. And that pop basically just blew out the bottom of the bottle. And fortunately, we were all wearing jeans, so none of our legs or anything got cut up. But bad idea.
I believe it's caused by the fact that the explosion eats up some of the oxygen, therefore creating a vacuum, which then breaks the structural integrity of the bottom of that bottle.
Or, as some others would explain, magic.
I was just gonna say it exploded and pop because it wasn't sealed on top. It might have still have oxygen, but
I mean, I'm just messing about. I honestly I only said to that because there's like a trick that you can do if you have a bottle that's partly filled with water and you basically clap down on the top of it. And it'll just break out the bottom of the bottle.
I did not know that. But might have been something sciencey like that. I have no idea.
And I could also be talking out of my posterior.
Yeah, same here. Long story short, they just replaced the glass with duct tape, and the duct tape worked. Because duct tape is magic and should be worshipped.
It is the manliest solution of all solutions.
And yet you have underestimated it, at first at least.
You can use... Everybody underestimates duct tape, but I think you could literally use it for anything. if you had enough of it.
You can make a boat out of it. It's been done on Mythbusters. I've seen it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Mythbusters. They had a whole Mythbusters special where they survived on a desert island with nothing but duct tape. Granted, they had a literally unlimited supply of duct tape, but it worked.
Just say you crashed on a plane of just a duct tape shipment.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably fix a plane with duct tape.
Yeah. You could just make your own utopian society and people would come to you.
I can't imagine a situation where duct tape wouldn't work.
Well, try eating one in order to keep yourself alive.
Well, that's different. That's duct tape isn't a food. It's to get food.
Or
it's a
making someone
resource.
love you.
You wouldn't eat wood unless you're an otter or
Because
a
you can
woodchuck or something.
duct tape some rocks in water in order to hoard fish. Yeah, that actually works.
Or you could take a stick and then duct tape a rock onto it, a pointy rock.
Or you can just hold open a duct tape in the hopes that a fish will get caught in it.
I think the water would just wash off the glue.
Shh. Shut up, DJ. You don't understand the magic of duct tape.
I do. I worship it more than you will ever know.
Well, did you ever sacrifice the duct tape for the duct tape?
Duck for the duct tape.
No. I've sacrificed a goat for duct tape before. Dun,
okay.
dun.
That's acceptable. Speaking of goats, you guys want to do some questions?
Sure.
There's a question section on this one? I didn't bring my number 2 pencil.
Well, yes there is, but not that kind of question.
Oh, thank God.
We asked the audience to send us questions, and by the way, guys, send us questions. It's awesome. And we answer them on the podcast. It's pretty much that.
Yeah. Alright, you have any?
Yes, I have. So this one... Oh, wait. Questions! We really need a theme song for that. Anyway, so Simon asks, what is a Jammie Dodger?
Jammie Dodger.
That I
have no idea.
A Jammie Dodger is a biscuit confectionery here in the UK and Ireland. It's basically 2 biscuits the same. It's almost a similar type of consistency as a digestive biscuit with some strawberry jam type filling. A little love heart in the top one as well.
Wow, glad we have somebody from the UK on this podcast.
Yeah, and is it good?
Yeah, no, it's decent enough, but it's usually what you get for you buy it 2 years before because it really keeps, and then when you have unexpected guests, you whip it out and then give it to them with some tea.
So it's so how unexpected? If you have a homeless person that's can you give me shelter for the night? It's really cold outside. And you're just here, have some digested muffins.
You have a SWAT team just breaking in, and then they realize you're not actually the guys, and it's really awkward. So you decide, hey lads, do you want some tea? And they're like, yeah, and then you give them some Jammie Dodgers.
Well, if everybody knows what they're for, then shouldn't everybody realize, hey, I'm getting the Jammie Dodgers treatment. I must be unwelcome, and just leave.
No, you are unexpected.
Isn't that the same thing, though?
Not exactly.
There's some sort of teenage pregnancy joke in there somewhere.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
So, this next one is by Nick Gons. And he asks, why is lemon juice made with artificial flavor and dishwashing liquid made with real lemons? I don't know. I mean, I don't think dishwashing liquid here is made with real lemons. Don't know about USA and UK, but...
No. Probably just soap with lemon extract in it.
Or it could be that the soap factory just buys out all the actual lemons, so the actual lemon juice guys are well, we have nothing else to do except we just make fake lemons.
Fake lemons. That sounds dirty.
Genetically modified lemons. Actually tangerines.
Sounds like you're going to Cave Johnson sort of territory.
Alright, got another question, Luis?
Oh yes, I'm just adding the post so I can write answered on the side of the question.
Way to pay so much attention to the podcast, gosh.
God.
Fuck you, TJ.
You want to fight?
So,
That's what she said.
RTX 2015. Let's go.
all right,
Wait, what?
bitch. We're setting a fight for
Oh,
RTX
okay,
2015.
I said that's what she said, and then he was like, yeah, RTX 2015. I was like, wait a second, what?
Well, it can be a 3-way fight if you want. I got
Okay,
this.
now that sounds really, really awful.
Hey. It's not gay if it's a 3-way.
So, next question. This one was sent by Sunny88P. And he asks, hold on, I still haven't chosen. I just really wanted to steer away from the conversation you guys were having.
Nice segue.
Thank you. Have you ever been slapped?
Yes. Next question.
Is that part of the question?
No.
Well, Druid.
Well, when one is an annoying bugger to a younger sibling or an older sibling, they do happen to resort to physical violence. Or if you say something inappropriate in public about someone's weight, they might also say, resort to physical violence. So yes.
Wow. Did you do a combination of both by any chance?
Calling a family member fat in public?
Yeah.
Get the double slap.
Yes.
What about you, Luis?
Yes, I've been slapped. I've been punched as well. But the punch part was actually like, it was supposed to, like, I was a kid. It must have been 10 years old, I guess. Yeah, around that. Or maybe even less, but it was supposed to be like, the kids were supposed to be playing, and I was among the kids. Thing is, one of them got carried away and kinda gave me a punch. And it hurt like hell, but, that happened. Still not sure if it was on purpose or not.
I just got me thinking about like what thing has not been done to me in public, and I was gonna think I've never been randomly kissed in public, and then I remembered one time this old lady did, and
Define kiss.
Was it a French kiss?
Yeah,
it was like,
what kind of kiss?
Was she a cougar?
I mean, it was one of those things where in my induction week from my university, we went around and we did a orienteering, or like basically like a treasure hunt around Dublin, where you had to go to certain sites, take photos, and do sort of different activities there. And one of them was like a challenge was you had to go up to, while you were doing this, like out and about during that day, you had to you had to go up to random strangers and get them to take a photo with you. One of them was you had to make it look like you're getting beaten up by somebody, which I decided to do with a bunch of I think people from somewhere in the Middle East, and I didn't. It didn't really get I'm not so sure if I got across that you weren't actually meant to punch me. So basically, I was talking to this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll get my friend." And this big, huge, buff, burly guy in aviator sunglasses comes along behind him. I didn't even see where he came from. Picks me up, up in like service hall. I was literally in one of those moments where like the photo taken, was me being lifted up in the air by one hand by this guy, and look of absolute pure terror. Like it was my actual terror. And then he put me down. I was lucky that they understood English. Then I had to take a photo of a random stranger hugging me, and this old woman I was talking to was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it for you, love." And then she hugs me, and then gets a bit too into it, type of thing, and starts smooching me in the face, and it was just, yeah.
Wow.
Creepy.
So, old lady, how old?
60, 70? Like, sort of, yeah, I'm really great with people not my age.
Well, I guess that's a little past the MILF age.
That's like
70-year-old cougar.
Gilf. Yeah, it's a gilf. Though I do not like the last part.
God,
I do
no.
not agree with it.
All right. You want to do one more question and then wrap up?
Yeah, I think you can do that. So this one was sent by Jamester1289, or as is more known, Quirky. And he asks, are you generally frightened but come back in greater numbers? I'm not part of the Sand people, Quirky, so no.
Yeah, I don't know what you're implying, but no. If I'm scared of something, I stay away and hide under my pillows and my bed. I cry myself to sleep. There's no greater numbers.
Referring in a metaphysical sense, then yes.
What?
Yeah, what?
Yes.
What the... What does metaphysical even mean?
I know what it means, but I'm not so sure if I can explain it in words because it's so metaphysical.
You have no idea what that word means.
I kind of get what you're saying, but I'm still struggling with your yes. Like, what do you mean by that?
Metaphysical, I believe it's defined as something ethereal or something otherworldly. Saying that if you believe in certain things like reincarnation, yes.
So basically, if you're scared of something paranormal, you do indeed find greater numbers.
I clone myself and come back and beat the crap out of that ghost that's haunting my house.
Hey, clones again.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but if you guys want to know what that is, metaphysical, of or relating to the transcendent or to a reality beyond what is perceptible to the senses. Highly abstract or abstruse.
Alright,
yeah, there's some other stuff, that don't fit.
On that note,
and just another thing, I just want to clarify, Quirky, we're not with the Sand people. That was awful! God,
shut up, Luis. Shut up.
Shit!
Go into your corner.
I actually have a decent Sand people impression, but I can't do it on the microphone. You know what? The day you guys meet me in person, I'm gonna make like the best impressions ever, or so I hope. And you'll see I'm not that bad at impressions. Oh, come on, I'm just embarrassing myself. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for listening.
Hold on.
We have the
guest question. Druid, do you have a question for the audience?
They're supposed to answer. If you want to include a message like answer the question, you can do it.
I'm thinking, do you feel precious? Because I do.
Okay.
All right. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. Druid, thank you so much for participating on our podcast.
My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
And don't forget, guys, you can send your questions to our questions thread or leave it in the comments. You can answer the questions we ask you and get them featured on the podcast. Somehow we're still working on that, kind of. Anyway, and don't forget, we're holding the contest in order to find 2 more official members and new guests. So more details on the link shitter. There will be a link for that. And until next week, try not to do drugs with a bear, or don't do drugs at all. That would be better.
Don't do that. Bad idea.
Be unbearable.
Ew.
Okay, this is over. No.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye. Druid, say bye.
Okay, bye.
This podcast intro and outro music is provided to us by TDBTyler. You can find him on RoosterTeeth by searching for his name, TDBTyler, and looking for his group, Oh the Commanity, spelled OHMMANATEE. You can also find more of his work on YouTube by searching for his channels, The Dropped Banana, all one word, and Oh the Commanity.